We woke up at dawn and left our house around 7 a.m. heading to the Tokyo stations. Right now we're walking in the very common household neighborhood in Tokyo. In case you ever wonder what it looks like this. Right now I'm taking the local subway. Today is Sunday, so not many people are awake at this time, but once we arrived in Tokyo Station, we're expecting a large crowd. Our Shinkansen is scheduled to depart from 8:44 a.m. We should arrive there around 8 a.m, giving ourselves 40 minutes to navigate around the station. And trust me, you need that time because Tokyo Station is a maze. There are always a lot of people there and you are pretty much guaranteed to get lost. You also need the extra time to buy some bento and have them as breakfast on the train. When you take a Shinkansen, you need to have the bento. It's almost like a ritual for any Japanese trip. And here we are in the Hokuriku Shinkansen heading towards Karizoa. And this is one of the bento that I was talking about. I decided to buy a good one, so just to show you the quality of the bento in Japan. They are called Eki-ben. Eki stand for station and ben for bento. So a bento in the train stations. It takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes from Tokyo to Karuizawa. It will cost you 5,000 yen one way and a little over 10,000 yen a round trip. And finally, we arrived in Karizoa exactly at 9:55 a.m. Then sitting right across the train station is the first tourist attraction, the Prince Karizoa Outlet Mall, the 260,000 square meters paradise for the ladies and fashionable men. It has more than 200 retail stores including famous brands like Gucci, Prada, Nike, another Gucci with a giant letter. There are also several choice of restaurants you can enjoy. Since we're staying in one of the Prince Hotel, we have a service where we can dispatch our luggage to the hotel in advance so you can shop in peace. But even if you stay in a different hotel, you can still use the locker service, which only costs you about 500 yen. And now that we're free of our luggage, my girlfriend is planning her shopping strategy. Anyway, we basically spend the next 2 hours in the outlet. So let me sum up the experience for you in 20 seconds from my perspective. And now that that is over, we're on our way to the next destinations. If you have ever been to Japan, you would know that you should never take a taxi because they are so expensive. But the reason that we're taking it right now is because we made our first mistake. We forgot to check the bus schedule in advance, so we have a choice between waiting another hour or taking a taxi and pay the extra money. We decided to go with a taxi. So we paid 3,000 yen instead of 400 yen. Ouch. But the good news is, just after 15 minutes, we arrived in the next destination. This is the Forest of Muse. Looks like a small village in the middle of the forest. Essentially, it's a small, beautiful park hosting two different museums, the Picture Book Museum and the Ars Toy Museum. The Picture Book Museum has been around since 1990, collecting all kinds of picture books, including one which were introduced in the West over 300 years ago. It also has a collection of Grimm's fairy tales, which is very interesting to see. They are children books, but I must say the artworks are kind of dark and grim in comparison to the modern Disney cartoon we have, which is comprehensible because the original story of Cinderella, Little Mermaid, or the Sleeping Beauty were rather dark and bloody. The entrance tickets cost about 950 yen, which I think is worth it. Let me show you what the overall experience looks like. And we're heading to the next location, which is only about 10 minutes walk away. This is Karizowa Taliesin. It's basically a park / museum with a lot of activities you can enjoy. To give you a little bit of history, Taliesin in Welsh language means the shining brow. This was the name of the legendary bard from the Celtic mythology. It's a story of a young boy named Gwion Bitch, found in the story of Sird Wen and the Salmon of Wisdom. Once upon a time there was a witch. She got married to a giant. They have two children. One is smart and beautiful. Another is ugly and extremely stupid. Extremely! So they try to make a potion. They'll make the kid smart and handsome. The witch and the giant had a servant boy. His name is Gwion Bitch. He was given the job to mix the potion. He managed to make 3 drops, but he accidentally drank it himself. So the boy become good looking and smart and has the ability to turn into stuff. None of this make any sense, so he ran away. He turned into a rabbit. The witch turned into a dog and chased him. So he turned into a fish. She turned into an otter. He turned into a bird. She turned into a hawk. He turned into a grain of corn. She turned into a hen and ate him whole. The witch got pregnant, but then the baby was Gwion, so she threw the baby away. The baby was caught by a fisherman among other salmon. The fisherman named him Taliesin, and that's the end of the story. Sorry about that, I'm sure not everyone enjoy history. Back to information about the park. The park actually has so many activities that you can enjoy. You can also ride a boat, play mini golf, row around the pool in a giant ball, go-kart, archery, and walk around an English rose garden. And the park was named after a poet because there are many old houses, which are thought to be a former home of a poet, painter, and writer. For us, we were just there to enjoy some food and the scenery. We found this burger restaurant called the Burger Company, selling the 100% as natural as possible burger. They have many options, but we decided to challenge the Monsters Burger with 4 layers. There are other restaurants as well, but nothing beats a fresh burger in the seating area outdoor by the lake. And here's the result of our order. Even though it was so difficult to eat, it was actually very delicious, and if you visit this place, I highly recommend it. Afterward, we decided to buy some food and feed the ducks.
Wait.
More. You are right in front of me. Hello. Oh, okay. Sorry, I scared you. It's worth mentioning that this place would look a lot more beautiful in fall and spring. We were visiting right before fall, so it was not as beautiful as it could have been. But in overall, the place is still very romantic.
It was years ago, but how can I forget? We were 16 up all night. Love and heartbreak was our life. But if you hold me close, I won't let go again. We have time to grow. This wasn't a mistake, and we can grow.
This time we didn't miss the bus, so we're on the ride to the Prince Hotel. Very quick information about taking a bus in Japan. You board the bus from the rear door. Right in front of the door, there will be a ticketing machine that gives you one of this slip. The slip will have a number on it which will indicate how much you have to pay when you leave the bus. And we arrived in the Prince Karuizawa. There's not much to the hotel facilities, but the atmosphere is chilling. They have wood burning fireplace in the lobby area, which I think is a really nice touch, especially for winter and fall. The entire hotel is fundamentally just the lobby, one bar, one restaurant, and a really long hallways holding about 10 bedrooms each floor. Oh, and the golf court called the 42 court. A grand scale parkland with a total of 6 courts and 108 holes. You know, if you have money. You can use other facility in the east wing and west wing, including hot spring bath and shabu shabu restaurant, but that's for tomorrow. Right now, it's time to look at the room. And overall, I think it's very beautiful, especially that huge window and the view. Let's see the view. The view! Whoa! Oh, look at the mountain. After chilling in the room for a little bit, we have a dinner reservation at a French restaurant at 5:30 p.m.
Yeah! Oh yeah! Oh, wow. Yes, yes, yes.
Take a look at this cup here. It's like absolutely beautiful. They have this little handle here. It only fit 2 fingers. This is actually not like possible. Like, oh, your finger got in there.
Of course.
What? It hurts. Starting day number 2, we woke up to a beautiful view on our window, then headed out to our breakfast in the same hotel as yesterday. And the view that we weren't able to enjoy last night is now vividly visible. The breakfast was a classic Western style meal, omelette, sausage, bacon, but the highlight has to be the crispy croissant. It's so crispy that it's impossible to not eat them without making a mess. And we're finally out, ready for the next destination. Originally, we planned to visit 3 locations today, but because we don't have enough time, we gave up on the Shiraito Fall and saved it for the next visit. We have a choice to either walk or take a bus, but it's a beautiful day, so we decided to walk. As I'm trying to keep this video within 20 minutes, let's speed things up a little bit.
I'm looking over my shoulder. This past time won't help me getting over it.
Kumaba Pond is a beautiful place for a walk, but like I said, we're visiting in between seasons. So if you visit during the fall season or winter season, it would look a lot more beautiful, and I highly recommend visiting if you have time. Next destination is the old Karuizawa Ginza street. It is said that the natural and cultural landscape of Karuizawa is more similar to those of Western countries than Japan itself. And that is exactly the vibe I'm getting from walking in this shopping district. There are these vintage coffee houses, English phone booth, and a lot of Western styles hotels. This is the place where you can buy some souvenirs and enjoy some local food. Karuizawa is known for their jam and soybean, aka miso. And although it's not publicly announced, I think it's also known for honey and ham products because there are shops everywhere. 22nd history. Karizoa culture dated back in 1886 when this guy, a Canadian missionary, visited Karuizawa. He really enjoyed his time there, thinking it would be a perfect spot for a summer getaway. Then he started telling all his friends about it, then all the white people start coming to Karuizawa, and they all love it. Then all the rich people start building vacation villas and hotels. They taught the Japanese locals how to grow western vegetable like cabbage and lettuce. They taught them how to make delicious bread and jam, and Karuizawa was reborn as the summer resort. And that is the end of the day. The restaurant called Sawamura, which I previously showed, I highly recommend it. It's so good. The quality of their bakery is next level. There are many cafes that you can enjoy in Karuizawa, but if you're interested in the particular one which I showed you, you can check the detail in the description below. The atmosphere and the coffee in that cafe, fantastic. And now we're just walking back to the hotel. I'll keep the footage going for a while because I think it's a good video to show the town's atmosphere and what it's like to be walking in it. Next, we're going to the east wing of the Prince Hotel for dinner. You can walk there from the outlet, it's just 10 minutes away. Something like this. It's really dark though. For today's dinner, we have shabu shabu. Why? And that is pretty much the end of the trip. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure not everyone will make it all the way into the end. If you would like to see more detailed content like this, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I will continue to bring you new contents about things that I found here in Japan. If you have visited Karuizawa before or want to visit Karuizawa because of this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again for your time today, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.